anyway, I had to go to county lockup 30 days, and I got out, and my friends, like any good military friend should do, said, "You want to like pay rent or get food? No, let's throw a party and invite whores and have a gangbang."
Hey, welcome back for the road, everybody. Everyone else, punk rock. We got Drifter and Andar with us today after our second hiatus that was kind of unintentional. How you guys doing?
Good.
How about you, Andar? How's your ass feeling? I know you just got done banging out some miles.
You can't. Well, hang on. We're starting already. You cannot use the phrase "How's your ass" and then use the word "banging" at the same time.
I mean, I feel like that's the perfect phrase for the Navy to use.
Hua? Yeah. How's that? How do you say "hoorah" with a cock in your mouth? Isn't it hua?
Hoorah for the Marines.
Yeah.
Who are you talking
Army
to?
joke there.
And so it begins.
You guys are talking over each other, one at a time.
Oh, it might be a slight delay. I apologize for that. So you, where'd you go on your trip?
Oh man, I went all over. I went down to Indianapolis. I went from Indy to Tennessee through the back roads to Nashville. Spent a few days there bumming around. From there, I took the back roads to Georgia. Met up with some cool dudes in Georgia, and then from Georgia, kind of bummed around Georgia and Alabama a little bit, and then came home. Did a lot of two-laning. I took the interstate with some brothers from my home state to Indianapolis and did some stuff on a weekend with them. Then kind of broke off and took some two lanes to Tennessee to Nashville. Then took the two lanes from Nashville to Georgia, and then met up with some dudes down there and kind of fucking they showed me some badass road ripping around the Fort Benning area, Columbus, Talladega. Oh shit! We went up to Pine Mountain in Georgia. For anybody that's ever been up there, that is an amazing rip. And then so I had to come back a little bit earlier than I planned on, just some unforeseen circumstances, and they were kind enough to rip. I would have been home much sooner, but they were kind enough to rip some of the way with me. And we ended up taking this badass kind of back road through the Talladega National Forest. But it was a good time. We got to put some stickers next to some condoms. The dudes that I was ripping with down in Georgia are the guys that run Mercenary Motorcycle Company, and it's just a great bunch of dudes. If you were out in Daytona, you might have seen them. They were part of my kind of the segment that I did talking about how there are younger, I don't know if younger is the right term, but I guess different appealing sections of motorcycle riders that are starting to take back some of the tassel and fingerless gloves portion of the rallies that give the rallies maybe the sour taste that some of us want to stay away from. You got these young dudes that are out there kind of ripping it up and carving out their own little pocket of cheap beer and fucking wheelies and kind of taking it back. And Mercenary is definitely some of that. And hopefully we'll get a chance to get Josh from Mercenary on there on the show. And, Ken the Guru can put all the links to their shit, IG and stuff like that in this podcast. But it was a good time. A lot of good sights, a lot of good pictures. Josh is also a photographer, kind of like Jace, just extremely talented dude. Still serving like Ken is and whatnot, obviously in a much more badass profession.
I mean, he's not wrong. I added him on. I added his personal Instagram today, and it was just kind of like first couple of pictures on his Instagram. Dude, he's a fucking airborne ranger. Like, just here, let me just drop my dick on the table for you, punk rock. You're nothing. I'm like, all right, cool.
He looks really good. He looks really good in panties.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really good in ranger panties. He kept me up drinking till about 3:30 in the morning one day, and then was like up ready to just rock and roll. Didn't know me from Adam. I kind of thought like maybe as an army thing I was gonna get butt raped, but it turned out to be okay. It ended up just being consensual. But didn't know me from shit. All jokes aside, didn't know me from shit. Obviously, kind of just the page and trying to promote them because I like their stuff a little bit. That military connection. But when he found out that I was coming down there to Fort Benning, he reached out on his own and was just like, bro, if you need a place to crash, work on your bike, change your oil, bum around, rip around, hit me up. And I didn't make it down there the first night. I ended up getting a hotel a little ways outside of Benning. But then the next couple of nights, just hanging out with him, shooting the shit. The dude can fucking ride. He's got an amazing garage. His wife is a girlfriend is fucking phenomenal. The crew that he rips around with is great. Just all around good time, dude. Good dudes.
Jesus. All right.
And that's exactly what we want to do on our big ass adventure trip.
Just see a bunch of dudes like that.
Yeah. They're not. We kind of talked about some of the club stuff and whatnot. They're not club affiliated. They're just fucking dudes. They're all military guys. And they're all just kind of, they're into, some of them got performance baggers, some of them have dynas or whatever.
But nobody has a big wheel, right?
No big wheels. They're all just into ripping, and they know some incredible back roads to shred. And some of the things that they do on their bikes is just fucking impressive. And I can't say enough good things about them. And like I said, they're into that motorcycle traveling. They make their clothing company. He wants to like maybe branch out into some parts eventually and stuff like that. Maybe a post-military career. But they're just on a different, they love the club stuff too. They're just not currently doing it because of maybe some of their military stuff and whatnot. But just very legit, down to earth, fucking good dudes to rip with. Hit a couple of bars and whatnot. Good time.
Fuck yeah. And then what about you, Jim? What have you been up to? You've been I think Skype was telling me that it's been 4 months since we've had you on a show, man.
Oh my god, it's been 4 months?
Yeah.
It's because you guys don't love me anymore.
Well, that's not true. We've tried to break you out of the fucking old folks' home, and you just refused to come.
Hey, it's pudding day. Anyway, yeah. So work has just been crazy. I've been kind of AWOL from a lot of stuff. Hopefully, I'm on the downward side of this work cycle that's going on right now. We'll see. Just hanging out. If I'm not working, I'm with my club, and if I'm not doing that, then I'm sleeping. And that's been my whole life the past 4 months.
Oh, so you're saying we need to go back to 3 for the road?
Shut up.
No, because you can't even get Tragic on a podcast. When's the last time he was on one?
He is out here saving lives, David. All right. He's a frontline medical worker.
He wanted to do one earlier, and you couldn't get your shit together.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I have fucking obligations to fulfill. Okay.
What's her name?
You couldn't carve out 45 minutes for. It's cool. I'm sure he's not even paying attention. I'm sure he hasn't even noticed that you haven't carved out 45 minutes for him.
Okay.
Oh, he noticed. He noticed.
Okay. Sure. We do miss Tragic too.
Well, hey, Punk Rock, what have you been up to the past 4 months?
Trying to get you guys to do a podcast.
Yeah. Well, there's about 3 minutes worth. Okay.
Yeah. No, I've been spending a lot of quality time on his Road Glide. I think when Dave came down and bought his, that was last year. It just kind of fucking, it was that like cattle prod in the ass to just like, dude, like why are you fucking waiting? Like there's financially, it's not really going to be that big of a difference if I wait, 8 months from now, a year from now, whatever. Just fucking buy it. So I bought a Road Glide in February that still isn't fucking financed. Orlando Harley, and so just dealing with that. And
are you going to tell everybody it's actually a performance bagger?
It's not a performance bagger. And it won't be. It's just gonna be a bagger, be a big old bag fag. That's fine. That's all I got. It's I'm just
lie a little bit.
I'm just gonna ride the piss out of it, and once it dies, maybe we'll see where I'm at in my life then. But,
after I had plans for maybe a cam, maybe some other engine work, maybe some more cosmetic shit, like change out this or that to alter the appearance and stuff like that. And after ripping around with these guys, I was like, okay, well, the next fucking thing I'm doing is suspension and maybe a seatbelt for my seat so that I don't fall off when leaning it, because I mean I would watch these guys. So there was one example. We were down in an unnamed city that's about 25 miles south of Fort Benning off of 280, and it's called Weston, Georgia. But we're not going to get into details. Um, I took a turn. I took a turn in this. I can't remember the name of it. It's a state forest down there, state park, one of the two. And I asked the dude, I was like, "Hey, Josh, man, you ever rip through here?" He's like, "Nah, it looks cool. Let's check it out." I'm like, "All right." So I'm like, "Let's check it out." Means let's check it out. If that dude saw anything more than a fucking blur, I would be amazed. And we got to the end, and I was like, "Hey, bro, do you want to like go back through and see shit?" And I came out of a turn, so there was a 40, not a bad turn. It was like a 45. You know, the yellow sign says like 45 or something like that. And I went into it probably doing, I don't know, 80, 85, like modest, like if you're ripping.
Right on.
And Josh was walking away from me as if I had put the kickstand down on my bike and gotten off.
Just fucking getting it. Now he's
Yeah,
on a Dyna though, right?
What?
He's on a Dyna.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got the lowrider S, but I mean it's all tricky. The guy is a fucking whiz. The guy is he gets into that mechanic shit. He rips it apart and he rebuilds it. He's got another Dyna that he's redoing in his garage. He's building a dirt bike for a guy. I mean, the guy just loves motorcycles. He loves engines, all that kind of shit. But yeah, I mean, I might as well have gotten off my bike, and that's what it was like with watching him just pull away from me in through some of these twisties.
You know, you need to give yourself more credit, sir. You know,
I'm completely fine with that. I'm
I
completely.
mean, I don't know. I've never ridden with Josh. I don't know, but you can handle a fucking bike too, man. I think
I have zero problems with how my bike handled and how it performed. That dude is just on another level. However, I did get to see more shit, so there's that.
He's like, yeah, he was over here fucking scraping hard parts, but I was able to see all the fucking flowers.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you though. I don't really want to. I think I'm gonna do exhaust intake. I already got my bars done, and I think suspension, and then I'm done. I don't think I'm gonna do a whole lot of performance shit to it, engine wise.
I mean, I've scrapped all the other ideas I had, other than I want front and rear suspension done up, and that'll be this winter. I was like, you know what? Everything else can come after that.
Yeah, and a seat. I'm gonna do that tail whip that Jeff G. Holt was talking about from
I did
LaPera.
that. It looks good. I've been looking at different. I want to find some like a seat dealer where I can try shit out. And like, I mean, most people say you got to break them in for like 400 to 500 miles before you get the true feel of the seat. But before I can't just order some shit online. Like, I at least want to sit on it a couple of times, rip it around a little bit before I decide.
You know,
That's
dude,
fine.
that's actually not a bad idea. Fucking just buying a bunch of those. Like, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be fucking expensive, but like for the shop that I want to build when I retire, just buy like five or six of those seats and go fucking just go enjoy retirement life on them for a couple of days, and break them in, and then be like, all right, cool, yeah, here's this, leave me your fucking credit card or whatever, go test fuck it, and we'll see what's going on, see if you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that, Dave. I appreciate you. Look at you, keep contributing, man.
Those fucking seats, they hold most of their value and shit like that. People can resell them, but I don't know. I'd rather sit my ass in something and see how I like it before I spend the money on it.
Yeah. And like you said, broke in. So.
But these guys are excited for you to come up to Columbus and ride with them.
Yeah, dude, I hit him up. I'm definitely, depending on where I get stationed at next, I'm either just going to have to, I mean, it's only like 300 miles away. So when I'm transferring, I won't have my restrictions. So I'll be able to go up and go see him before I go to either Virginia or California.
You're going to Gulfport, Mississippi.
No, the fuck I'm not. You shut your old ass up.
Gulfport bound. Woohoo!
No, I'm not. I'm going. No. Ain't happening. Don't you wish that evil on me?
Every listener in Gulfport right now wants to kick your ass. Why are you
There's
talking
only
bad
one of
about
them,
my
and he
city?
agrees with me.
So both of the listeners in Gulfport.
Exactly. You're on the list now.
What is in Gulfport?
Huh?
What's in Gulfport?
NMCBs. They're it's like the place where military bearing was invented, and like all the fucking, like when you think of like the dumbest shit the military could do, like make that an optar, and then, or not an optar, like make that like a SOP, and then that's battalion.
It's where they send Seabees who really want to be Marines.
Yeah.
Hey Jim, when is your when do your brothers race? Is that this weekend?
Yep, this weekend coming up. It's going to
Yeah.
be
Where's that at?
just across the border in North Carolina at Digger's Dungeon.
Is that going to be part of Outer Banks Bike Week or whatever?
Yeah, it's at the same time, I think.
You sound really excited for it. That's all I got for it. It's like, oh, it's next week. It's across the border. Yeah, part of this thing. Come on, I need a little bit more pep out of you.
I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
Well,
I really am.
is jumper racing? Is hitch racing?
Yeah, jumper, hitch. In fact, my brother Piper, I was just telling you about, he came up and bought a bike that was local, and we saw him last night, and he's going to take that back to Texas and race it back there. And several other guys are coming up. It's turning into a big deal for our club. Most of the chapters are putting the bike together, and they're all going to be there.
So how many 13 rebels will be racing in this race?
5 that I know of, but probably more.
Are you going to be spending the weekend down there camping and stuff?
Well, I'm going to go down there early Saturday. I can't go Friday night, but other guys will be there already with their campers, and I'll probably end up spending the night because I won't be able to come back home, not in that state. And it's always a blast, man. It is just so much fun to see all these clubs come together, and there's zero issues. Everybody's ego kind of gets put off to the side, and it's just hanging out. Like a couple years ago, there was a bunch of guys up in Northern Virginia that had a barber shop, and I don't want to call them hipsters, but they were cool dudes like that, hipster kind of guys, and they just thought it would be cool to have a motorcycle. They found a old Harley Sprint in a barn, literally in a barn, and they got it all put back together, and they made up the old racing sweaters. They call themselves the Dirt Wizards, and there was like 5 of them, and they all brought that little Harley Sprint down and took turns racing it. It was a lot of fun. You see things like that down there that you don't really see anywhere else. It's very cool.
Is somebody clicking a pen?
Yeah, what is it?
It's fucking feedback. That's what it. What is that fucking noise?
It's
that
my
you?
pacemaker. It's my pacemaker. How about that?
Yeah, get that old chief syndrome where you gotta be fucking with something all the time.
Fucking with something or somebody.
Oh,
Oh. Any confessions you would like to make, Sir Drifter?
No, I would not.
What's his name?
so
Fucking
so
Sid.
other than using the coronavirus, this COVID, as an excuse not to leave Jacksonville proper, if you get the vaccine, then are you allowed to travel?
No. If you get the vaccine, you are allowed to tell people that you got the vaccine and make that stupid little border on your Facebook page. That's what you're allowed to do. But outside of that, the vaccine does fucking nothing for you.
So how are people taking leave?
They're doing the same thing that I'm trying to do for our fucking fun run. Is you gotta route up this, like, I don't want to say ridiculous, but you gotta route up this fucking, like, justification for you to go on leave, and depending on how far you're going depends on how far up the chain of command it's got to go. And if anybody in the chain of command doesn't like it, they say no.
So what justification did you put?
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look. It was something like a fucking cross country trip to see my family and spend time with I do remember I was talking about you that I would like to spend time with my grandfather, as his health is so.
This is just for you, buddy. Both of these right here.
Before he passes, you want to see your grandfather.
Yeah.
So how long does it take? How long does that shit take to get approved?
Dude, I don't know. I've seen him come back in like 3 days. I've seen him come back in like weeks. I probably won't know until probably August, September. Well, like middle of August.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's no way to run a military. Who do I got to call?
Well,
Aren't you working at the Pentagon?
No, thank God. The Puzzle Palace? No.
yeah, fuck that place. Have you ever been inside of that place, Dave?
Me? No. Why the fuck would I be? Jim, maybe.
Oh, it's fucking. I've never heard it called that before, but it makes sense that it be called that.
Oh, the Puzzle Palace? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
What's it
You
like
get
inside?
lost.
What's that?
Lots of offices.
So you have been in there.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Now he's being all cryptic and shit like that.
No, I'm not. Shut up.
He's probably like, I'm about to get a side text and be like, hey, you better shut the fuck up about asking that question, okay?
It's not like that at all.
Jim's gonna pull up in front of your house with a boat on a trailer, and he's gonna be manning the minigun.
We've done that.
This
Not
episode
to
is
people's
somehow
house.
magically get edited.
Right. It's just gonna be welcome back to Four for the Road, everybody. Hey, thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate all the support. Go check out these Instagrams.
This is the low energy episode.
Redacted.
the redacted episode.
No, we used to put our boats on trailers and take them out to the ranges so you can get some gun time.
Isn't that what you do? Isn't that what y'all do in Mississippi?
No, there's live fire ranges on the water in Mississippi.
See, so Ken can just go do that shit.
You want to be a range bunny?
No.
No.
No. I want to go back to work, and I want to go work for EOD and be in San Diego where it doesn't fucking rain. There's no humidity. I can split lanes. I can ride my bike however the fuck I want to. Traffic, even though there's a lot more traffic, people look out for bikers there. Whereas here, it's just fucking good luck. I'm not a fan of the South. If we haven't gathered that over the last 50 some odd fucking episodes.
What have you done a lot of Southern riding? I guess I missed those episodes. I'd like to elaborate there.
Oof. You've been with me on a lot of it.
Like old fire roads?
No, I don't find myself digging out my own logging trail trips. But I mean, what I do like is that you can find places here that the only illumination for the road is coming out of your headlight, where the road's covered by the trees, and there's no like street lights and porch lights and all that shit illuminating the road. It's just you. And I've had a couple of times where it's just kind of like life got heavy on me, especially with this COVID shit, and I was able to go out there and go fucking check some of those out. And I found that it doesn't take a whole lot of time on those type of roads to blow all that bullshit off of you because you don't have all those little distractions. You're just there on the road. Whereas in San Diego, you gotta go travel for about 45 minutes before you find one of those, depending on where you live. So I will say that is probably a big plus here, is that if you're looking for that little back road 2-lane fucking kind of shit, it's fucking everywhere. It's not all just the city. Especially
you gotta take a ride down to Key West, man. That's a nice one, the overseas highway.
Well, you know what? We'll give you a little bit of leeway because COVID hit last year. So we'll give you a little bit of slack on that. But Jim's 100% right. Fucking go down to Key West, take 17 up to Virginia, take the back roads into Alabama. I mean, there's a lot of good Southern riding. We can say that you just got fucked because of COVID, but
that would be an excuse. That would be an excuse. Like if I'm being honest with myself,
don't do that.
Don't do that. No, you've been lying this long. You believe the lie. You stick to it. No, if I'm being honest with myself, there's just been a lot of shit. Like we had this dude in the inbox today that was asking about, like, have you ever just kind of like for a little while lost your love of riding? And I think a little bit of that happened.
Dude, that hit me. Yeah.
It did, man. I didn't want to fucking respond to the guy because it's like, hey, dude, like I'm just coming out of that. Like, I miss riding with the people that I used to ride with. I miss having those conversations. I miss being able to just like when you do a very small little thing on your bike, whether it's just like wick the throttle real quick, you're communicating with somebody else next to you that's less than 3 feet away, and they knew exactly what you're saying. Like, I miss that kind of connection with your family, and I think that's been a lot of what kind of put me down there, and that's why, like, it was. I think for a little while for Dave, like it was kind of like him pulling teeth, trying to get me to go out somewhere to go even fucking meet him. Like, where did we meet in that one place that it's in Georgia?
I don't know. I probably got drunk.
Probably.
I think we did. It's the logging trail trip. That one.
That was in Florida. That was just
Oh no,
over
you
the.
wanted me to meet you in Georgia.
I was just over the Florida line, and
Yeah.
I think that you had a bit of a bad attitude because you got uprooted from a place that you had lived your whole life and were
Yes.
or most of your life. You
Yeah.
were comfortable. You already knew the lay of the land, and you got sent somewhere new. And then as soon as you got sent somewhere new, the world pretty much went to shit. And then I feel like after that, you didn't really feel like or have the motivation to expand your wings. I feel like you had an opportunity to find those types of people that you had in San Diego somewhere else and didn't. And maybe the people that you did meet turned you off a little bit. I can see that. Maybe 2020 just blew major dicks. Maybe you had some family shit going on. I get all that, but that's just my take on it. I think you could have found something that you were looking for to instill that passion inside of you.
I think you could not be more correct. Before we start going down and you start like giving me life advice, or not life advice, but before you start like dissecting my life and I start like, even more editing on this episode.
But I think if you spend more than 5 minutes in the military, I think that even though we're adaptable and we're used to change, I think that we like things a certain way, whether that's how our unit is run, the dudes to our left and right, maybe a certain command. I think as much as the people talk about the adaptability of the service member or the military in general, I think we very much are creatures of habit. And to be uprooted from that, and especially like I guess kind of like against your will, or at least not maybe your first choice, that can mess with people.
Yeah. I do know that pretty soon, well, I don't want to say pretty soon, right? Because I don't have like hard evidence or anything like that. But I do know that, Florida's opening back up. They went away with their mask mandate.
Bruh.
So,
Opening back up. That motherfucker was the Wild West the last time I was down there in 2020. It was open back up.
Well, no, because remember we went down to Cruisin' Eddie's and we had to buy, like, I had to give the chick money for the frozen pizza. You don't remember that? Because you had to. So in Florida, you couldn't be just a bar. You had to serve food. So instead of them having to like renovate their shitty little fucking bar and put a whole kitchen back there, they went out. They just bought a $20 microwave, and they had a bunch of frozen pizzas and said, "Here we go. We sell food now." And they could open the bar back up. I had to give this chick like 50 cents just to like pay for the frozen pizza that neither one of us ate.
God bless America.
It was fucking dope. That was the same one where we never mind.
Was that the one? Is that the one we caught that girl taking her oath face for our podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely didn't have to wear a mask in that bitch.
Punk rock in punk rock fashion decided to run his fucking mouth, and then Dave and Jim in Dave and Jim fashion saved his ass again. So
it's what we do.
What about speaking of Florida riding, you got to get. How far is Road Dirt from you?
Road Dirt, he's down in I don't know exactly how far away that is.
About 2.5 hours, I guess. I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not that far.
About 3 hours. 200 miles.
I mean, why don't you have him come up there? I mean, have him come up there and ride with you. Maybe that'd make you feel better.
You guys meet in Gainesville.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I could also just, quit being a bitch. There's that.
That's
Yeah,
not gonna
I mean,
happen.
you know, instead of waiting on miracles, we could just see if Road Dirt can come up and ride with you.
Oh shit! You know, I'm still waiting on Silent to come up here. He's passed my house at least 12 times.
Royalty is not gonna come see you. You have
He
to go see
also
him.
told me that he was gonna stop by, and every time he told me he was gonna stop by, I went out and got some fucking sweet tea for him, and the motherfucker never came by. Just saying.
He's gonna kick your ass.
He's gotta. No, I'm good, man. He's gotta heal first. And get out of PT. I'll be long gone by then.
He knows people. He knows a guy.
Yeah, but he's not gonna let somebody else take that pleasure from him.
I wouldn't.
No.
So,
But
Dave, other than your big ass trip, what have you been doing?
I ride my motorcycle. I like to experience brotherhood on my motorcycle. No, we've been doing some club stuff up here. Been riding, been snowing again. Going I missed this last one though because I was down south. Fucking speaking of being down south, the I gotta give a shout out to the veterans MC. So I didn't get to meet up with them. Like I said earlier, I had to fucking cut my trip like a day or two short. But those dudes were also super accommodating. We were gonna do like some bike shit on the day I had to come back. Just nice ass dudes, you know, fucking hooked me up with their number and stuff like that, so that we could meet up. It just didn't fucking work out because I had an emergency come up that cut my shit short. But dudes again, just fucking totally accommodating, down for whatever. You know, gonna rip around, get some beers. So definitely fucking shout out for those guys as well. And hopefully we can get together the next time I'm down at Benning.
You go every year, don't you?
I try to. I guess I've been spoiled the last 2 years because of COVID. So everything is like closed, and I don't know like how restrict. So Fort Benning used to be a base that you could just drive on. Like it was open to the public or whatever, and you could just fucking drive right on that bitch. And actually, like a few years ago, I like took my wife on there, and like I mean, I could literally show her everything. Like you can drive out, you can go from Main Post Benning. I think there's like a VA on Main Post Benning and stuff like that, and you can go all the way out to like where you can go all the way out to like Harmony Church, Sand Hill. You can drive all around the ranges. You can see where like the Ranger Training Brigade is at. Like, I mean, you can fucking go. You can go right up to the airborne towers and stuff like that. So I was able to like show her everything and stuff like that. But now, because of COVID, I guess it's like all restricted, obviously. And the part where the memorials are is behind the National Infantry Museum, which is also where the graduation grounds are. So with all that stuff being closed, like you pretty much have like the lay of the land to yourself. So the last few times I've been there, I've been spoiled where it's like fucking I roll in just like at the right time, like 6-7 o'clock at night. Nobody's out there. The museum's closed because of COVID anyway. There's nobody else on the grounds. So I mean you can really just kind of walk among the memorials, you can walk on the grounds. I mean, this last time, dude, I sat my fat ass in the grass of the graduation field, and I just sat there for a minute, and like I don't, it was very, I don't know, peaceful just to be the only dude out there.
Nice. That's very nice.
I think when I left, I can't confirm, but I think when I left so if you're familiar with Fort Benning, the National Infantry Museum parking lot is actually pretty big, and there's like a row of trees that on the other side, like it's like I guess you kind of call it like a mini divider, and then immediately after, like this one little strip of trees, is a oh, what the fuck? It's like a Hampton or a Hilton, some kind of hotel right there at the entrance to base, and right where that like divider is, I swear to God, there's a car and somebody was getting a BJ in it. I didn't want to I didn't want to ruin their game. But when I was like slow cruising by my motorcycle to leave, I was like that looks like what a blowjob in a car would look like.
You should have knocked on the window and said you got next.
I totally thought this was gonna go to some other way. Like he found this like little plaque that would have like this outstanding amount of like sentimental value to him, and he's
Look
just,
who we're talking to.
and then in Dave fashion, it's like, nope, found this guy getting a BJ. It was fucking pretty cool.
I mean, I don't know what else military guys would be doing in a back parking lot of an empty area, especially that large of an area. Like I said, anybody that's ever been to Benning, they're gonna know the area that I'm talking about, and they're probably gonna like mention in the comments, but like, yeah, that was me, bro. Stop by next time.
They were studying for their advancement exam. Okay, Dave.
If I tell you what,
Advancement stands for the Army, Jim.
as
Whatever.
soon as you roll out of, so it's crazy. Like as soon as you roll out of, and I don't remember the exact name of the road that the infantry museum is on, but if you go out the back way, so there's like the main road that comes to like the main gate, then the infantry museum would be on your right hand side if you're going to that gate. I don't know if it's the main gate. I'm just using that as a reference point. But the infantry museum would be on the right hand side. You can in that parking lot. There's also another exit on the other far right hand corner of that. And if you take that out of Fort Benning, like you go past a golf course and stuff like that, but then like you are in like the hardcore like ghetto, and there are some potholes on those roads. I almost lost my entire bike.
Jesus.
Like, it just swallows you up, and then like you're just like standing there without a bike. You're like, oh shit, my bike.
So it's like Gulfport. Got it.
Yeah, it's like these crazy like this tree lined, nicely manicured fucking MWR golf course. I don't know if it's actually an MWR golf course on this one side. Then all of a sudden you come out of that and you're just in the projects. And you're like, oh, all right, cool. I mean, nothing against the projects, but I liked my bike back out of that pothole.
Right.
I hit a pothole before my chopper decided it didn't want brakes anymore. But I hit a pothole and I felt like my ass bone was going to go right through my neck.
Ugh.
So hardtail choppers is not a smart idea
For bad roads. They're
any
always
road. For any road. Let's just be honest.
For those that have never seen it, I want to paint a picture of Drifter on a chopper, and it's majestic. And I only saw it for a little bit, and then the thing blew up, and you're on the back of a pickup. But that's what choppers are supposed to do. First of all, okay, it's okay to trailer a chopper because they're supposed to blow up.
And it
but
does.
here we are with like blue jeans. Like for those that aren't aware, Drifter is an older gentleman.
I am not that fucking old.
Here he is in blue jeans that I'm not going to call, but they're legit blue jeans. And I'm not going to call them bell bottom, but let's say liberally boot cut blue jeans, a white button up shirt that's undone with like, I don't know, the top 3 or 4 buttons. This
gold chains. Don't forget the gold chains.
This mane of like, we'll call it, what do we call dark gray hair.
Salt and pepper.
Just kind of flowing in the wind. And boots on, and that is Drifter on his chopper.
I just had this like while he was describing this, I pictured this like caricature of like a 70s pimp on trick bag.
Where my money, bitch?
You know what? The Indian bike that you have is an amazing bike, and it's a great bike, and it looks good, and it runs good, but it's just not. It doesn't paint the same image as you flowing in on that chopper. It's not a comparable image. The Indian makes practical sense, and it works well for what you do. But the chopper is just its own entity. The chopper is its own Drifter persona. Does that make sense?
Did you read my story about when the brakes went out?
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude.
So what happened?
So, yeah, I figure I'm just going to go for a quick run, right? Just get out. I can't fucking stand it in here anymore with work. It's driving me crazy, before I fucking start tearing down walls and shit. So I hop on the bike, and I go cruising around, and I come up to a stoplight. It's not too far from my house. And I hit the brake, and the rear brake, I only got the rear brake, and it locks up on me. So I pull off to the side, let all the other cars go by, and I start fucking with the brake pedal, and it comes loose, and it's working fine. I can move it up and down. So, hey, great. So I tear out of there in typical stupid Drifter fashion. And so I'm zooming and coming up to the next stoplight. So I go to hit the brake, and the pedal goes down. But nothing happens. I don't slow down. Nothing, man. There's no brakes. So luckily there was a construction site there at the same place. So I pull off and I'm doing the whole Fred Flintstone thing with my feet trying to stop. And by the way, anything above 7 or 8 miles an hour, you're not stopping that bitch. Not with your feet.
Yeah.
So it took several blocks, and then I turned around and drove like 10 miles an hour back to the house, and that's where the bike still is.
Jeez.
I gotta figure out how to fix this thing. I swear to God, this bike is trying to kill me. It really is.
Well, it's because you named it Trick Bag.
Well, that's because it has a bag on the side, and the fucker's always throwing a trick bag at me anyway. So,
How many times has it broke down now?
oh, good God, how many times has it not broke down? It's easier to say it that way.
I have made 2 successful runs out of the 80 that I've attempted.
Yeah.
That's why it has a life of its own, and that's why it has the character that it has.
It sure does.
Yeah, see, it just wants to go down to the gas station, eat, and then come back. That's all it wants to do.
Yeah, I did take it on a 3-hour trip. Came back. I've taken it down to Hitch's house. Well, almost made it to Hitch's house. um, yeah, I've done 2 and 3 hour trips on it, and that's about it. It didn't like it after that, and my fucking ass did not like that either. Holy crap!
But that's
Hardtail choppers, just stupid.
That's a pretty good rip on a hardtail for you to go from your place to Hitch's.
You know, I'm a firm believer, and this may sound a little strange, but you got to get out of your comfort zone sometimes. You know, you can sit around in your lazy boy all day eating donuts, getting fat, but at some point you just got to get out there, even when the weather is shitty, especially if the weather is shitty, and you just got to get out of your comfort zone, and that way you appreciate sitting in your lazy boy eating donuts, getting fat a lot more that way.
If we have any Forest Arrow or Galloping Goose listeners, they're probably enjoying all the trouble listening to the stories of all the trouble that you've had with your chopper.
Well, I wish they were closer. They could help me.
So, well, hey, Dave, this is also a special trip for you that you just went on. I want to circle back to this. This is the first time that you broke out some rain gear, right?
It is, and then I needed it for one day of the trip. I was gone for 7-8 days, and I needed it for half a day, not even a full day. I needed it for half a day, and I learned a lot that I didn't previously know about rain gear. So previously, I was just put another hoodie over it, and we're good. So I thought I would bust out some rain gear on this trip, and learned a lot about proper execution of rain gear.
So fucking dude, was it worth the money? Is it something that I should forego and just grab another hoodie or what?
Well, and so my rain gear was simply like a baggy rain jacket from Carhartt. I bought like a 3XL so that it would just almost act like a poncho because I'm not buying pants and boot covers and everything else. But what I didn't think about, I bought the one, and maybe somebody else has already thought of this. I bought the one with a hood, which is weird. Which is weird because as a rider that rides with a hoodie, I've never had an issue before. But when you take the material that makes up a rain poncho and you put it into a hood and it gets wind behind you, it just chokes the shit out of you. And I'm literally riding down the road on the interstate doing 85, 90 miles an hour, losing consciousness as this thing is choking the shit. And I'm trying to loosen the snaps, I'm trying to loosen the zipper, and all that does is then it rides up further on my neck. I tried to tuck the hood inside my helmet, and then it kind of rips its way out. I tried to tuck it in my collar, and it flies out. The only thing I didn't do is just pull over and cut it off, which I would probably do next time. So if you're going to invest in rain gear, first of all, don't. Second of all, get one with that has a pouch for your, like a back pouch you can tuck the hood part into, or one that's detachable, or one that doesn't have one, period. Because it was life and death for a minute.
So no on the rain gear, huh?
I mean, I don't live in Florida, so I don't feel like that I get rained on enough that I need anything more than how I've been doing it for forever.
So I'm also kind of curious because I'm starting to kind of get shit together and kind of test things out. Because if I end up getting stationed back in California, I'm riding my bike back. I'm not taking my car. I'm not flying. I'm riding my bike. And every single fucking day, and it'll be about the same time that I transferred, 2 years ago. And every single day from Houston to Pensacola, it rained on me. So I'm trying to prepare for that. But I'm also
Just
trying to
get,
only make that like a day. I'm trying to
just
make
go
it from
faster, man. Just go faster. You'll be all right.
just go
Just go
faster.
faster.
Fuck it. Just no. I'm trying to make it from here to Houston in a
I
day
could
if I
see
can.
maybe I could see maybe the value in having, you know what, if I was gonna reinvest, I'd probably get the things that cover your boots and your pants, because I could see like the value of like not having to put on damp boots in the morning, because your boots aren't gonna dry out in time. So I
Yeah.
could see value in not putting the damp boots back on your feet, because then the minute you get going, your socks are going to soak through, and your feet are just going to be sopping in that shit all day. But other than that, I did not care for my rain gear. Trying to end my life, so I would not invest in a jacket again.
Okay,
But
but
I
pants and
fully
boot
admit,
covers,
I fully
they're
admit that the issues that I had with the rain gear that I got are my own doing. Because I did not think about the parachute type material that makes up this hood that was going to catch sail as I'm riding.
So you guys are gonna laugh, but guess what I use for rain gear?
A
what?
It's
parachute.
the old military Gore-Tex, old military issue Gore-Tex,
Hell yeah.
with
And
all
you know what?
those zippers that flap and hit you while you're going down the road.
Yeah.
I have one of those, and it's got the pouch that you can tuck the hood in the back and everything else. And I was like, nah, it's just too thick to fit. I don't want to take it in my bags, and I'm not carrying a backpack on this trip, or attaching anything to the sissy bar. I was like, I'm just putting what fits in my saddlebags. So I went with the thin rain jacket, and sure enough, it almost choked me out.
Are you gonna bring it on our big ass adventure?
I am, but it's just because I learned that I really like it sexually, and not not for the rain.
See what he does is he warms up some wet sponges and rolls it up, and then he fucks that.
Yeah, I
Ew.
mean, I was riding down the road getting choked out and having all kinds of weird sensations of pleasure at the same time.
Yeah. See, that's a good thing you got the cruise control, man. You can adjust the level of choking with your left hand while you're cranking it with your right. You're good.
Yeah.
Stroke it down the highway.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I mean, Jim has that to look forward to.
Oh no, I'll be in front. I won't see that. No.
Oh, sick, dude. You want me and Dave behind you stroking?
Catch me if you can, fucker.
Well, if you bring trick bag, we can walk faster than that thing.
Oh, see, now you're talking shit. Where's your chopper again?
My
Oh,
stopper? No, I invest my money into motorcycles that run.
Yeah. You got that going for you.
Yeah. No, one day, dude. One day, I'm gonna have, and it'll be obviously long after my Road Glide's paid off, but it'll be I'll have me a little trick bag of my own.
Right on. I want to get another one that's mine from the very beginning, you know?
Yeah. Oh, so you're talking like frame up?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. There you go. There you go.
Not that I know jack shit about building anything like that, but
That's how you learn.
yeah.
So I can slap that bitch together when it doesn't start, take it back apart.
And sometimes they slap back, so
Yeah. So, yeah. Man, it's good to fucking see you guys again, man. Except for Dave. Obviously, I don't see Dave, but he sends us videos all the time.
he does.
Dave, did you post that video of the one that you sent to us where you put the stickers on the guardrail?
yeah,
You did post it?
yeah, it went up. I don't think it went up on my personal ones. I think I put it up on the Four for the Road Instagram page. Which I gotta say, you know what? I'm not special, and I'm not anybody that anybody should care about. But I got a few like friend requests and stuff like that on my Instagram from some of that stuff. And you know what? That's cool. But if I don't know you, I'm not adding you. So like send me a message like, hey dickhead, this is who I am. And then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. What's up, bro? But if I don't know you, you could be my ex-wife looking for more money. You could be a random baby mama, or you could be the cop. So I'm not adding.
Yeah.
So I got a few. I deleted like all of them. Like, sorry, guy.
I look at who they like who we have mutual followers with. So like if you know someone, if obviously like if you know my friends, then okay, cool, whatever. But
Because half of my friends are into nefarious shit. Like, that's not comforting to me.
oh well, I mean, I figure if they're into nefarious shit, they're not going to be calling and be like, "Well, I found this guy fucking doing that, then he needs to stop. It's like, bro, shut up. You have nose beers for breakfast. Like,
Oh,
So, yeah. So all of the if you send me a request on that one, I'm not special. I didn't not accept your request because I'm too cool for school. I just don't know who the hell you are. So if you got deleted and you're like, well, you know what? Ken makes punk rock makes a T-shirt that says "fuck Andar." You can just get one of those.
it does. It does. And you know what? I think
so here's the deal. If you make that "fuck Andar" T-shirt as part of your profile and then do a friend request, you're two in.
yeah,
Well,
you're in there like swimwear.
not only will I accept it, I will Venmo you $5. That offer is only valid for the next 30 seconds. So that's it.
You poet.
So, well, next 30 seconds from right now, or next 30 seconds like after this airs?
Right now.
Okay.
Talk about a setup. Good lord.
Yeah, right?
Dude,
Move the
but
trick
so
bag now.
Yeah, right. I was just thinking that. We call the bike trick bag.
So, I mean, I thought that Tragic was going to take my spot today because I had some stuff to do, but he wasn't able to get on. So hopefully he will, because people have missed him, and I don't have that much interesting shit to say. But I just want to say again, dude, the trip was great. I can't say enough good things about the brothers that I associate with and stuff like that, and the hospitality. I got a guy down in Nashville that just absolutely him and his family. And the other guys down there, they just take care of me. They took me out, let me see the sights, fed me, gave me a place to crash. So really the whole trip from spending the weekend with so many different club dudes and brothers down in Indy to then making my way to Nashville and stuff like that was just a great time. And it really is like, if there's one, I know Tragic talks about it a lot, like some of the shit that guys give up in freedom to join motorcycle clubs, but he's absolutely right. Like there's just certain things that you kind of give up, but one of the things that you do gain is that ability to travel on the cheap and being able to make my way to Nashville and stuff like that. And then kind of one of the things that I was able to do that's outside of the club world was continue on my trip, and just because of the motorcycle or because of the military or because of clubs, maybe even, I don't know, being able to get up with these other dudes along the way that maybe I wouldn't have known, and purely just if it was just a club thing, I wouldn't have known these guys. But having these other interests, these other things that kind of make up who you are and that you dig, you're able to meet some dope ass dudes. So I mean, it's not just about the club, it's got to be about bikes and the love of travel. You don't have to just be into motorcycles. You can be into the brotherhood of clubs, or you can be just into more into motorcycles, or you can be into performance, or you can be into just traveling really far distances and stuff like that. But you're either, whatever your bag is, you're gonna meet cool ass dudes, and that's what I was able to do. Definitely met more cool dudes and douchebags, and can't say enough good things about Josh. Like I said, fucking Ken can put in his Instagram stuff. What he's doing with Mercenary Motorcycle is fucking awesome. Getting to try and do some Instagram stuff with the Tulane guys and kind of promote what they're doing, and some of the Tulane stuff that we took, and then just how they fucking shredded. And then of course, like I said, it was disappointed I couldn't get up with the guys from the Vets MC, but just like through social media, like the hospitality that they extended towards me, I hope to fully take advantage of next time, and repay it if ever possible. Just such a as hard a time sometimes I think as fellow vets we give other vets, those dudes were just fucking stand up and just righteous, and just tons of good things to say about them.
That's always good to hear, man.
Absolutely. And like you said, those are the guys that you're seeing out more and more, taking over these bigger public events like Bike Week and stuff like that down in Daytona. And it fills me with hope that not everybody's that isn't associated with a club is one of those, back pocket flat sparkle jeans and pumping Luke Bryan out of their fucking Street Glide speakers, but
Hey, disco is not dead, my friend. Disco
Disco's
is not dead.
But after that, I got nothing. I hope you guys have a great week, and we're going to try to get a little more consistent with this again, I think. I say we, I'm talking about me. Everybody else is fucking busy. I'm just a fucking bum. But thank you for your love and support, everybody, and we'll catch you guys later.